Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy!
Welcome to the Age Rock podcast. It's just Bill, just Dennis, and just Alan this week. Can you believe it? Episode number 261.
We have no friends this week. Nobody likes us.
Actually, all of our friends have left town, and they've all went, "You some bitches on your own."
You know what? Truth be told, our friends told us that they were tired of us not doing our album acquisitions and our ball busting.
And our shtick, man. They said, "We like your shtick." And I said, I've never heard that before. You're not going
to see my shtick.
You got to be special to see my shtick.
Wow. Didn't know you could see it from over there.
You got a magnifying glass?
Yeah.
You need a microscope.
Something like that. My eyes itching pretty good.
Oh, so anyway, before we get into everything, I just want to let everybody know. Today, of course, is May the 4th.
It is Cinco de Cuatro.
Okay. Yep. It's also May the 4th be with you day or whatever the hell that is. I tell you what, am I the only fucker in the galaxy who does not give a shit about Star Wars?
Yeah, you are.
No, I don't care about it either. And if you think it's bad, work in a library and have to hear that shit all fucking day.
It's like, okay, I've seen all the Star Wars movies, like the ones that were out at the theater, the first three and then the back ones.
They were all actually at the theater.
Technically, you saw 4th, 5th, and 6th one.
Well, but I also saw
because the ones that came out in the 70s and the 80s were episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Right, because they're prequels and all that stuff. I know. But like the was it Mandalorian and that shit.
Yeah, but we're just talking about movies.
I don't get into that either. Everybody's into that stuff too.
Well, you just haven't watched it yet.
The thing is, Star Wars is a great movie, but it's not a great movie. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and watch the first one now, it's like so.
It's you don't get it, dude.
It's laughable.
You don't get it at all.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's not about the movie. It's about all the stuff.
It's kind of like being a Kiss
culture.
Fan. It's kind of
a
like
culture.
Being a Kiss
it's exactly
fan.
Like being a Kiss fan.
It is. And the only thing that's worse than being a Kiss fan or a Trek fan is a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan. But I'm kidding. I don't care about any of it.
A galaxy far, far away. I really just don't give a shit.
Send all hate mail to Dennis.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. But did you see what Mark Hamill put on his Twitter thing today? Whatever it was.
Wait. How would you seek Mark Hamill's Twitter if you don't like Star Wars and you don't give a shit?
It's on Facebook. One of the Star Wars people posted it, but it said on there, if somebody today, wishes you a happy May the 4th be with you day, is probably a huge virgin. I'm like, that's great.
I might be huge, but I'm no virgin.
I just thought it was funny. I mean, he gets it. I mean, he knows. It's like, really? How many times are you going to ask me a stupid question? I don't know.
That's kind of like the people pestering Tim Curry and Barry Bostwick and Susan Sarandon.
The funny thing is,
we went off the rails on this episode right away. Wow.
So Mark Hamill says that and how ridiculous it is. But have you ever had to pay for Mark Hamill's autograph?
Yeah, no shit.
Because he has no problem with that. He has no problem at all.
I know.
Taking your cash.
He's just making fun.
Yeah. It's all right. You got to laugh at it though. I mean, it is kind of cool. And it's kind of cool that there's a culture that gets into that stuff.
Max and I went to, and like I said, this is really off the rails, but it's what we do anyway. But, Max and I went to that Comic-Con here in Louisville, Galaxy Con, I think it was called 3 years ago, I guess it was, because they didn't have it last year or the year before. And, but it was like that, and there was there were some people there, Brian Boswick and that other girl from, and it's just funny though. You get those people there, they go see those people and they are just into whatever it is
And it is no
Way
different than
too
us
much.
going to a
Yeah, it
Kiss
is.
convention.
It is.
So
It's
you're
the same
talking
thing.
about. So you're talking about in a couple of months when we're all at the Rockin' Pod Expo and
Right.
Mark Goodman's there and Ricky Rackman and there's 100 or 200 people lined up to get their autographs.
Right. That's true.
Exactly the
It's
same
the same thing.
dude.
It's just a little cooler. No. I'm just shitting you. No,
it's true.
and I have a good time.
Cool that people have stuff like that.
It's funny to see, and the one thing I didn't understand about that, and I'm Rockin' Pod, thank God hasn't went that way, but a lot of these Comic Cons and stuff, wrestlers, they have wrestlers there too. They kind of intertwined. I don't know.
Do you know
why.
Aaron Camaro?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I know he is.
You do know that Aaron Camaro has been a wrestler before, right?
I know that.
I don't think he was a wrestler. I think he was just an announcer.
No, he's actually
been in the ring a few times.
has he?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, now I don't follow wrestling, so.
Well, no. I meant, but he's only done it at the independent shows.
Well, I get
he's
that,
the
but I'm
announcer.
just saying, if I'm scrolling and I see something that's wrestling, I'd keep scrolling.
Man, you have no culture at all. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've been on here now 5 minutes. We haven't talked any music yet.
No, 7.
But that's okay. Oh, there goes my phone. I got to turn.
But that's probably somebody texting us going, "Are you guys?"
No, it's somebody.
So I posted to a group of people today that the mayhem started at 7, and then Alan had 7 Central, and Alan had to correct it and go, "It's not live."
Well, honestly, I really thought that somebody was going to think, "Oh, it's going to be live. Where's the stream?"
Yeah, that
we could actually do that.
Didn't think about it at all when I posted it. So
on a Thursday, do it live.
Oh, we could.
We could.
I mean, is it possible? I mean, we could do it. I guess
we did it live with Philip Schaus. Yes,
that's true.
Anything's
That's
possible.
true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we have to do it on Skype though, because the software that I have that does the streaming doesn't integrate with Skype unless you buy the pay us every month plan, and we pay everybody enough a month as it is.
We do.
No shit.
So if anybody wants to donate to help us pay for this and listen to this great podcast, you can make your donation to Bill at agesofrock.com.
He couldn't even remember his own damn email address.
I was going to give my personal email, my regular email address, just to see what would happen.
We don't need any money.
People could look that up, and I've got Venmo and PayPal, so there's a good chance I could actually get some money out of that one.
Somebody's actually be sending something, then we'll be in trouble. So don't do it.
We got to get a sponsor like Adam and Eve, like Shout Out Loudcast.
We get a bunch of dildos and shit sent to us.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you said Adam and Eve, and
I didn't say we're buying dildos. That wasn't what I said.
Not that I know. A friend told me
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to get one of those cups.
Apparently you do, you loser.
Yeah, I've got of course, I've got the solo cup.
Guitar picks, and I'd hate to choke them.
Yep.
There you go.
Sorry, tonight on the news, podcaster dies of choking on a pick.
Guess what? I don't have this week. I don't have any albums this week.
Hey, neither do I.
It's been 6 weeks, dude. You don't have any albums for the last 6 weeks?
Dude, I have not. Well, excuse me. I did pre-order the
that doesn't count.
Was it the Detroit
that doesn't count.
Or the
Buffalo Rock City?
Yeah, Buffalo Rock City.
You have to have it in possession, or you can't.
Dude, I haven't. I honestly, I finally, after the last couple that I bought have been like $40 and $50 albums, and I'm like, you know what? I've just got over the edge, and I've got to stop. And you see,
what happened.
You see all these. No, Kelly wouldn't say a word. But I've got all these albums here, and you know what? I would say 3/4 of them have never been listened to. I got to start listening to some shit before I buy new stuff. I've got about everything. I know.
You're an addict.
Unless I can just find them, like say, super cheap. That's what I'm going to do. But I haven't had a chance. We've been busy.
It's kind of funny because your idea and my idea of super cheap are not the same.
No, if I can $5 and $6, if I can find them for $5 and $6,
you're paying like 100 times more than that.
I know, that's why I got to stop. but I have got so much that like I said, I'm not even listening to what I have. So I got to. I have. This is what I've amassed over the last couple of weeks. Well, let's. So
I have a few.
Let's see if
they're not going to be anything you guys going to be going. What?
No, it's okay.
So I just got some. So when I was in Nashville, I went to I went to Great Escape over on Charlotte Avenue, which is
David Cathy was talking about that place.
You open the door in there and you go, because
is it pretty cool? Is it cool?
It's huge, man.
Now, where
I'm
is
like
it at,
looking through the new arrivals thing where they just put the new stuff out, and I got Lisa with a list going through the rest of the store. That's how, I'm not kidding. Otherwise, she's going to be there for 3 days.
Is it downtown in Nashville, or where's it at?
No, it's south of downtown, just a little bit.
South of downtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not too far from
the fairgrounds.
It's not terribly far from the American Pickers place.
Well, that's not south. American Pickers.
That place is disappointing.
It is.
Yeah, that place is very.
That's more west, but it's south of that, so it's south.
Okay, so but it's down there. I bet you I know where that's at.
It's Charlotte Avenue. See, I can't tell you any more than that.
Well, I can tell you because we went down there. South of there is there's some old some stores that Kelly went to. I guarantee I know where it's at. Yeah, I have to go down there.
It's in a strip mall. There's no stores like that around there.
I know, but I know about where you're talking about.
Okay.
No, this is it's not a record store. It's some other kind of store. But anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, there's just yeah.
Right.
Okay, so I will go through this. You all can laugh and have a heyday and all that kind of stuff. I don't really care. So
he's gonna laugh first.
You're gonna laugh first.
Okay.
So I have an Ava Grant record. Ava Grant's a collection. I don't care if you like it or not. Suck it. So I bought Best of Eric Carmen, which
I like that
and found it's really not in too bad a shape.
I think I've
got a question for you, Bill.
Is it kind of brown?
When you were looking for that, were you all by yourself?
Yes, but I had hungry eyes. So
there's one more Eric Carmen song, but I can't think of which one it is.
So let me see that again. Put that up, or is that the? See, I've got a different one.
It's kind of grayish. There's two versions.
Yeah, I've got the brown one.
Yeah, there's a brown one because I
got the turd.
That one's shit. Yeah,
I got the turdy one.
Anyway, so we're listening to okay. I had a funny story about this record. We're listening to it, so it's All by Myself, Never Gonna Fall in Love. Then there's a song called That's Rock and Roll, and we're listening to it, and Lisa goes, "That's a Sean Cassidy song."
Oh, really?
And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Yeah, it's a Sean Cassidy song." So I had to stop the record, come in here and lift it up and see who wrote it. It was written by Eric Carmen.
Really?
But Sean Cassidy did sing it. And then,
did a cover of it.
The next song on the record is Hey Deanie. And
Sean Cassidy did that too.
That one starts and I said, "Hey, it's a Sean Cassidy song."
Really?
Funny story about that.
I didn't know that.
I had to go see Sean Cassidy once.
Wow.
Because when my sister was 6, I was probably, we should have been 5, something like that. So I was probably 11 or 12. I was into the Kiss thing.
Right.
I had to go see Sean Cassidy. She literally never saw him because she fell asleep.
Wow.
Before he ever came on. And I begged my mom to leave. Begged her. But the opening band he had was called Virgin, and they were really good.
Oh yeah,
they were rock.
I remember those guys.
Him and that dude.
Yeah, my sister was into the Sean Cassidy, Andy Gibb, all that kind of bullshit.
So then I picked up a couple of country things while I was down in Nashville. These were actually unopened, sealed. So Exile. I don't know if you guys remember Exile.
Yeah, of course.
Exile record.
That's one thing because that Exile song I love so much. I played in the cover band. I didn't realize that they were a country band because I was going to go see them live.
They're really good.
And then I Kiss You All Over is the song I like.
Yep.
But I listened to their whole repertoire. I'm like going, I ain't gonna listen to all them fucking songs. I just want to hear them.
I like them. We've seen them a few times, so we like them. This might be my third or fourth. So Steve Warner, another country guy, that's somebody that I really like. This was unopened as well. So if you like guitar at all, Chet he was, worked with Chet Atkins and stuff like that. So he is that dude can play like there's no tomorrow. Right. Okay. I finally picked up Foreigner, the first album.
Ooh, I've got 2 of those.
And I got a good copy of it because everyone I see is like worth dog shit. So that's a good one. I went to a
what'd you give for the Foreigner?
Oh, $6.
Oh, that's about right.
Yeah, I mean about the right amount of money. But it's in really good shape.
Expensive.
So
they're never.
But
high.
Every time I see them, either the cover's beat all to hell and the record looks okay, or the record the cover's great and the record looks like somebody ate it with a cheese grater.
Well, mine always has writing on it, like somebody's name,
Yeah,
like
somebody's
Trisha or
like,
some kind of shit.
Yeah,
you know,
Bob. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
want to give a rat's ass.
You know, all of my CDs have my initials on them because when I was in the Air Force, when I was in tech school, somebody stole a bunch of my tapes.
right?
And so pretty much every CD that I had until I got married and got a place of my own has my initials in it.
Actually,
So
my Kiss Alive has DT on it. Sorry.
if you were able to see my, and you can't see it because of the lighting in here, but if you're able to see my Kiss Destroyer record that's framed up there, it's got a little piece of tape that says B Algae on it.
Well, you're
actually
before.
a Judas Priest record that I loaned to somebody about 30 years ago had my name on it, and the asshole didn't even care. He just kept the damn thing.
I didn't even pay attention.
There's that.
It was in a box forever, dude. I'm telling you, it was stored away. Oh yeah, your name was on that too, and your whole name, Bill Algae. You just spelt it out.
Should have said Bill Algae MF.
Should have put a fucking social security number on there, and I could have looked you up.
And then I went to a record show here locally in Indianapolis a few weeks ago, and I just picked up a couple things. I thought I picked up 3 things, but I can't figure out what the third one was. But I finally got this.
Ooh, I got that.
CDC nice. For those about to rock. This is a pretty good thing. If you notice on here, there's a sticker.
Yeah,
it's $3.99.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you think I paid $3.99? No. Here's what the sticker was over it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I paid
$16.
I paid 10 or 15 for mine.
Yeah,
I think
because if you buy this AC/DC for those about to rock record and it's $3.99, you're not going to be able to listen to it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's
going to be
I do have that. I saw that tour. That was such a great tour.
But it was funny because I know the guy that sold it. So he's like, oh, so I think he sold it to me for 15 actually. I said, dude, that says $16. He goes, I know. He goes, have you seen him around at other booths? And I go, yeah. And he goes, how much is it? And I said, I think $16 is a great price, man. I'm just saying.
Don't you argue. Hand the money and run as fast as you can.
That was the same show I was at that they had a Power Slave record, original version for $30. And I picked it up. I laid it up there and I looked through some other records and I looked at it again and checked it out. Thought about it, put it back, said, if it's here and when I go to this next table and I come, next couple of tables, come back, that dude's gone. I'm like, you're such a freaking moron. Because at those shows, if you don't get it, if you're thinking about getting it and you don't get it, you're host. And then the last thing I got was I picked up Ace Frehley German version.
Wow, that's cool.
So, and this was $20. It doesn't have anything in it.
Because the Kiss, you could tell it's got the 2 S's.
Yeah, so it doesn't have anything inside of it, but it's got the original sticker on the front of it. Cool. It's in German, and it's in a lot better shape than my American Solo original version.
See, I have a photo disc. I have original. I bought new Ace Frehley the photo disc. It's funny because side 2 is not as colorful as side 1. I don't know if that's something that's always
on side 2.
Jet printer ran out.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know.
What's the back look like? Back of his
head?
Looks,
it's the same. That would be fucking funny.
It's like, isn't that what it's supposed to look like?
It's what I would have done.
It would look like that. It looked like the back of the record, or it looked like the back of his head.
I mean, I can show it to you real quick.
Which is black with just some blue around the edges. So it wouldn't really,
let's see where am I at?
Really matter. It's like Dress to Kill, right?
There's all my Kiss stuff right here.
All records should be like that. Does he know he has like a big stain?
No, I don't have stain. I'm going to sit down because I'm sitting here.
For those of you that are not watching this on video, Dennis has been over this.
Here you go. There's Paul Stanley. Here's my history. Now mine's it's a cutout too. And mine's original. Like I said, I bought this. So it's got the cut corner.
That wasn't original. Like from the 1978.
Right. So this is side 1.
Yeah.
And this is side 2. See, that's kind of a little bit. It's not quite
it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, it is.
You can't tell.
You're not looking.
But side 2 is not quite as a better. It's not quite as good a picture. But this son of a bitch is not in good shape. It's got some. Actually, it's actually not that bad. I mean, it's got a lot of surface scratches on it. But as a kid, I did take care of this one for some reason because it was a picture disc. But I do need to. At some point, I need to get it and clean it real good. Maybe take it ultrasonic or something. But yeah, that's my picture disc. So anyway, ta-da!
All right. So that's the end of album acquisitions. Anybody out there got new album acquisitions?
No, but I did get an acquisition of something though. The musically,
you acquired something musically?
Yes, musically. Okay. Finally. So of course I don't have enough guitar amps in this house. I've got.
Aren't you supposed to have one guitar amp for every guitar?
Well, I think I've almost got to that point. But anyway, so you get these things off, of course, Facebook. You get these ads, and you ever see the Spark amp that they always advertise on YouTube or on Facebook? Well, here it is. I got one. I tell you what, it took a month to get this thing. I ordered it. It was $260. It's a nice little practice amp, and it's kind of like the one that I got my Yamaha that I use more than any amp that I've got. Very well made. I mean, it's actually really pretty as far as like leather kind of bound looking and everything. Now, here's the cool thing about this thing and what I like so far, and I haven't got to mess with it very much, but you actually Bluetooth it to your iPad, and you control everything. You don't even have to touch the amp. The amp can sit over. You control everything from your iPad. You have all these different, filters and like a noise gate. You got all these delays, all the different amps, all these different amps you can do. Now, one thing that's very interesting is whenever you first pull it up, you can also, there's over 10,000 patches that people have made that sound like another song. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I want an AC/DC sound. Boom. You just pull it up and it automatically pulls it up. Now what you can do.
So if I play it, it will sound like Angus Young?
It'll have the tone.
That'd be awesome.
No, it's 10,000 tones. Okay.
Oh, it's just a tone. It's like
now here it is for practicing. Here you go. So what you do is with it Bluetooth to your iPad, you go in. Okay, I want to play, say, Heart Barracuda. You pull it up. It pulls it off of Spotify. All right. And somebody's already made this patch for it. Okay, I want that sound. Boom. You hit play. It actually pulls up on your iPad the video from YouTube of Barracuda, plays a song. As it plays a song, it actually puts the chords up. It reads the chords and puts the chords up to help you play along with it. Is that fucking cool or what?
That's pretty
cool. Now, here's another thing it does. Automatic jam thing. They have this thing where it has a drum beat and a bass line, blues lines, this blues line or rock line, this, whatever, and whatever keys you want to do. And you just play along. For a practice amp, you sit there and just, if you want to practice leads with the blues thing, I'm telling you this thing, it does more shit than I've ever seen in my life. I mean, when I seen the ad for it, I'm like, oh, there's no way it does all this shit. Now, the other thing it does is you can play a little like chord progression. It has like a little metronome, tick, tick, tick. And you play your little chord progression along with it. And it thinks, and it puts a drum beat and a bass to it, kind of writes its own music to whatever you're playing.
Does it give you a metronome so you can kind of sort of keep on time?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm telling you, it's for like doing like some, like if you had an idea for a song and you just kind of have this riff and it, I'm telling you, it's a really, for $260, and it's 40 watts and it sounds really good.
I mean, 40 watts of power.
And it's loud. I mean, it's two speakers. I'm telling you what, I'm very amazed by it. And I need more time to play with it. But for anybody that's looking for something like that, and it was, like I said, it was one of these Facebook ads. So you're kind of like, and I ordered it. And then I heard a lot of people saying, man, it takes forever to get this thing. Well, it took me 4 weeks to get it, but it came in the box. And actually, I was supposed to have got a carrying case with it, which I have not received yet. So I don't know.
That'll come in 4 weeks.
Who knows? I don't care. I'm glad with the amp. It was just a freebie kind of deal.
It's kind of cool. That has that strap, so you can like put it up on your shoulder. So when you're playing, it's like a boom box.
The only thing, if you could do battery, that would be kind of cool. If you could take it out, but it actually has a live wire or a fire wire out, Alan, where you could put it in to do recordings. But yeah, and like I said, when you do that, you can adjust your music sound to play along with tunes. For just a practice situation, it's really freaking awesome. Okay, and it looks really nice.
For somebody like me that doesn't know, how much does an amp cost that you would not practice with?
You practice with all of them.
You can practice with all of them.
Okay. I mean, like an amp you would take to a show versus
a Marshall half stack.
Yeah.
No, you're talking
$800.
Oh, no. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so my PV Classic that I have over my Tweed Classic, it's about $800, but and you could actually gig with it, and you can practice with it. And it's all tube. My little Boss amp over there, Katana, that's what about? Is it $350 for those, Alan? I don't remember. $350, $400. My EVH Stealth, that was three grand for the head itself.
Okay. I don't
you can go as far as you want. Actually, no, I think it's 2,600. And then my Blockhead original 5150, I bought it used, but I paid, they go for about 900 for a head. Then your speaker cabinet's about $600. So yeah, it's
like anything else, you get what you pay for.
Right.
Okay. Right. I just trying to learn.
But this is for somebody who's trying to learn. And I tell you what, the things that it does, like I said, Bluetooth to your iPad, and then showing you chords to songs. I mean, how great is that?
Cool.
I had that shit as a kid. I mean, like going, oh my God, I could, and you can slow it down, you can speed it. It does so much shit. It's just unbelievable. So I can't give it enough props. I just want to play with it more. So that's what I got.
Don't we all?
The last few weeks? Yeah, no shit. All right, so that's all my new acquisitions. And like
I have an acquisition.
Oh, he's got one.
Ooh. Now, is it an acquisition?
No, it is not an acquisition. But after we take care of this, we might talk like that. Our favorite children's book author, David Weiser.
Oh, yeah.
The Boy Who Wanted to Rock.
Right.
Gave us a huge thank you.
Wow. Oh,
turn it around the other way, Demi. I just got this today.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Yes. This is St. Cloud, Kentucky Bourbon. It's 120 proof. It's 7 years old. The barrel's name is Neptune. This is bottle number 91 from the barrel.
Wow.
And at Rockin' Pod, we are going to take a shot of this.
Ooh.
And we're going to give David a shout out.
I think more than one.
Oh, yeah.
After one of the nights, we'll have to take. That's super nice.
After the Rockin' Pod day.
Yeah. Saturday night we'll do it because we can't do it Friday night.
Nah,
no.
But yeah, he had sent me a message one day last week asking for my shipping address.
Well,
so I thought he was going to send me one of the books or something.
Sure.
Which they had already sent me a book, but I got a message. The Boy Who Wanted to Rock, that book.
I know I need a book. I need one of those, and I need one of the Kiss books. I want one of the Kiss color books.
But anywho,
what?
Yeah, he had asked for my shipping address, and I kind of thought that he was going to send all of us something, but he was like, "This is for you guys to share."
Well, thank you very much.
Wow.
Yes, big shout out to him.
Big shout out to David Weiser. If you haven't bought that book yet, God damn it, what are you waiting for?
Yeah. Buy the damn book.
Buy the book,
Come on.
son of a bitch.
And for the rest of you people coming on the show, step up your game.
I gotta buy
Hey,
that.
We got some stuff from Steve Barnett. He sent us some goodies.
Yeah.
And you know what? I gotta order another shirt.
Even Mr. Don't Collect Vinyl got some vinyl from Pump 5.
I know.
Well, and when you did he wrap your shirt around your record and all that stuff? Okay, so when I was trying to take my tape
wrapped around it, how did you?
I had to take when I was trying to take a tape off. I thought I hit it with the scissors, and but I wasn't for sure. And then I just noticed yesterday that I got there's a hole in the back of that shirt. It's my Pump 5 shirt. So I'm still wearing the shit out of it. I wear it all the time. So I like his new ones anyway to help do his. So if you want to help with the record, you can actually go on their website of that Pump 5 band, isn't it?
Something.
Correct. Yeah. Anyway, go on there or .com or actually just watch the show again. He'll tell you again. But anyway,
or go to agesofrock.com, search for Pump 5 and click on the link.
Exactly. But I do want to order one of those new shirts. I do want to order one of those new shirts with their sneakers and stuff. I think those look cool.
Are pretty cool.
So I'm going to order one just to help out. But I just the other day I had a little hole in the back of my shirt. And I'm like, son of a bitch. But I've been wearing it a lot. So
is that because of that horn growing out of your back? That maybe
no, I actually got that cut out. Now I have a divot in my back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's like your second butt.
That's right. I have no. He said the other day, she says, "Well, now you got a divot in your back." I'm like, "Oh fuck!" It's like I can't get it right.
Next time she says that, say, "No, it's my second butt."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we are awful.
We're supposed to be awful.
Hey, can I bring up something real quick? Music related.
You're going to anyway.
All right. So I went on to YouTube, and because I wasn't able to go down there, I saw the Van Halen shows. I actually watched show 1 and show 2.
Oh wow!
You can't really watch them because the wherever they had wherever it must have been loud because every time that
I was going to ask, was it the camera shaking because of the noise or because somebody was not holding it steady?
No, it was on a tripod. But there was actually I have seen some footage come out later on now that's a lot clearer and everything. But I just had it in the garage and I just turned it on, just listened to the music part of it. My God, Philip Schaus absolutely,
destroyed it.
Jesus Christ. I mean, everybody. I'm giving everybody props. But holy shit. I mean, that dude, note for almost fucking note. He absolutely, and my hat's off to you, Philip. And like I said, Jeremy on bass, he was tearing it up. And, Ryan, he was singing. I don't know who was the guy singing the Sammy ones. He was, I don't even know who that guy was.
I'm trying to think because they had name on the thing.
Yeah. And
Christopher was playing drums.
And Christopher looks odd because he's shaved. He looks nothing like he does. And then they had also,
mm-hmm.
And then they had also, what was it? Todd Zilla. He came up there and did what, was it Dirty Movies? He was on one of those
1 or 2 songs, didn't he?
No, and was the other one off 84, the Top Drop Dead Legs. Didn't they do that one? I think it was.
Yeah, I think so.
But anyway, and I tell you what, and also a big shout out to Ryan because when they did Romeo's Delight first, and of course he sings the lyrics from the Us Festival. Where David Lee Roth, he gets all tangled up. It's like, I forgot the fucking words. And I'm like, that is so funny. But no, I mean, man, hats off to those guys. And I wish, that was a show I really, really, really wished I would have seen. And I hope they hopefully do it again at some point. So.
Yeah, when I knew they were going to do that because they talked about it. That's the show I went to.
Right.
But the camera was in the same spot as the show I went to because I watched a little bit of it too. I watched probably the first half of it.
Right.
But the first one. And it was in the same place, but I don't think it was shaking like it was for the acoustic set that I saw like it was. No. As soon as it started, I was like, yeah, that's not where I'm going to end up throwing up.
Well, and that's why I called you. And that's why I called you the other night because you had said, remember I called you and you didn't get a hold of you. Because you said that you were, you had called out or asked about tickets and they said it was sold out both shows.
Yeah.
And then you'd see him in Richmond. Did that Richmond show get delayed?
It's May 29th.
But I'm saying it was originally the last day of my vacation. Did it get moved, I guess, a couple weeks down the road?
No, it got moved from the original date. The original date was back in April,
December
or March.
Well, I thought for sure that I thought the rescheduled date was the Saturday of my vacation, which was last week. Okay, well, I must have been I must have read that.
The 29th is when it's the 29th. So it's Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, okay.
I think that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's that Friday night. So I'm planning on going. I just got to figure out who else is going so I can get tickets, because it's like that. You have to have a table. So you have to buy a table and 4 people to a table and that kind of stuff.
Let me look at that Memorial Weekend. Let me go, because
It's Friday night.
Oh, it's a Friday night. Shit, there's no way I can make it.
They start at 8, I think.
Yeah, there's no way I can make it up there by Friday. Yeah, that sucks.
If it's the same show, it's a really good show. So
all right.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that.
It was worth it. And the thing about that show, I don't think we've talked about that on the show, but
no,
I'm sitting there and I'm looking around. And so Chris Dene, that was on the show, was right in front of me. Had no idea, because he had a mask on most of the time. I didn't know it was him. And so I get home and Chris Sinzak. So I went and had dinner with Chris Sinzak and his wife, Michelle, and they're not great people. And I get home and he's tagged all these people. And I'm like, did I select Chris or something like that as a picture of Chris Sinzak and Chris Dene at that show? And I was like, son of a bitch, that was him standing in front of me the whole time. I had no idea it was him. And then somebody else.
You haven't talked about that show on this on our show yet. So how was that? Was it really good?
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah,
I've seen some of it when they put on YouTube.
It was really good. They did it was the normal stuff. Those guys, the 3 of them, are so damn funny anyway. They just cut up. We went to the second show.
Right.
So that in case I was hoping if we went to the second show, we'd get stretched out a little bit, or somebody else might show up or something like that. But Anthony Corder was there. Greg Mangus was there. That's the guy I couldn't remember his name either. And we had Greg on the show before. And then there was another guy there, and I can't remember who it was. So we saw a couple of different people, that have been on the show or whatever. But it was really good. We sat third table row, which is really the third row, but everything was 6 foot apart. They did a great job. I think it holds, I don't know, 400 or 500 people, something like that. And it was 136 was all they could have. So it was down, they had it kind of squashed down a little bit. So, but our seats were right in front, right dead center. I think I posted a picture of it on Facebook, but
I seen the
right
picture.
Dead center. Actually, if you look at Ryan's Facebook photo, he stole my picture.
Okay.
That's my picture. So I borrowed one of his pictures today, and I said, hey, I'm going to borrow this.
No, I saw that.
That's why I said that, because he just borrowed mine.
Gotcha.
I don't give a crap. But the show was really good. They were funny, and they played for an hour and 40 minutes, something like that. And they played, I think they played just a couple of songs that weren't Kiss songs, but there wasn't many. They played a Van Halen song, and they played something else. I forget what it was, but it was cool. I mean, they were, they're just great musicians. Those guys are so freaking
good. And the stories and stuff like that.
Yeah, they told stories,
and they're funny to listen to. And
Phil kept giving out his PayPal account, and we're like, we all paid. Because I know you all paid again, but there are people on TV that are watching this haven't paid yet. So it's Phil Schaus at PayPal.com. He's selling it like crazy. But yeah, that's good. So it was good. So I went to that. So I've had 2 live shows. I've had that show, and then even a bar show. That was kind of a bar show, right? So, and then 2 weeks ago here, there was a show on a Friday night with 3 guys one guy that I know is called Three Beards, and they had a drummer this time, and my buddy's the drummer too. So it was like 3 Beards and a drummer is what they were called, and they do acoustic stuff. But
that's cool.
It's all like 70s rock and some 80s rock. So it's good stuff.
It's live music. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's live music. It was good. It was in a Eagles fraternity order of the Eagles.
Right.
And I've never been in one here. I've been here in the one here. I've been here for 34 years, and like, can we even get in there if we don't aren't?
Oh yeah, you can get in there. I used to play there, play the Eagles.
So then we walk in the door, and we actually know the guy that's the president of the Eagles. So it's like, I guess we could came. So yeah, it was good, and those guys are good guys, and they're really cool. So it was fun. We had a good time. I've seen 2 shows, and then I almost went to see Chris in Louisville, and then the following night, actually, that was Friday night, and the next night I was going to go see the Power Slave tribute thing.
Right.
Power Slave Experience, I think is what it's called.
That's what was on my vacation. It was a Power Slave thing. That was the one that was on Okay,
Yeah, that was on Saturday night. Yeah,
I knew there was something on my last day of vacation, and there was no way I was going to be able to make it.
Yeah, so I didn't get to that show because
we were knee deep in doing stuff around home. So
2 different people, and they petered out on me, so I didn't get.
Yeah, I hate missing that one.
So, but we'll catch him again. He's going to be in Nashville. They're doing a Basement East thing. I'm glad I don't live there. I'm telling you, I'd be at a damn show about every night.
Oh, I know.
It'd be
So I've been only shows I've seen. Like I said, we've been to the Philharmonic. They actually had the last 2 weeks. They had their final Pops concert and they had their final Classic concert. So actually the Philharmonic this year, they have performed every show that they were supposed to have. I mean, some of them were virtual only, online, but they've had live. They actually had 400 and something people in the Victory this last time. They sold out both shows, so people are wanting to be there.
So it's sold out, but
social distancing. What they can sell, they've sold out.
Okay, so max they can sell is 400.
Right, it was like 400 and something, and they actually used their biggest orchestra that they've used so far since the COVID bullshit. But no, it's good to get back. And the thing is Roger Kaala, which we've had on here before. He's getting me. We talk a lot and stuff, and we went backstage because the guest conductor they had this last week was he wrote there's a video game called Journey. I don't know if you ever heard of that. It was a video game, but anyway, he wrote all the music to this video game. So that's what they did. There was this whole last Pops concert was we actually took Max and we took our friends took their son who was really into video games. So that, they did like some of the Mario, they used music off of these different video games. Cool. And actually the music on these video games is very, it's well orchestrated music. So anyway, but I was talking to Roger backstage and he even come up to me, he says, you guys coming down and everything. He goes, we got to get some kind of rock thing going on next year. He goes, and I said, I can hook you up. I know some guys that could do that. So just how far you want to go with it. And he goes, let's go out and have drinks and dinner and we'll talk about it. So,
it'd be cool to get Phil and those guys to come up there and do an acoustic thing.
No. What you could do is you could get Accept to do their.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, that to happen.
But I'm saying with a Philharmonic, they could do their symphony show, or at least get Wolf up there with some guys. We may not get the whole Accept, but maybe we get Wolf and Christopher and get, Philip and, who knows, it's always a thought.
Never hurts to ask.
Exactly. But so that's what and I think there's some stuff coming up. I keep seeing advertisements for concerts coming up in Evansville, but they're farther down the line.
There's a lot of stuff. So I pulled it up. Like there's a lot of stuff going on in Indy. I mean, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are like at the Lawn,
right,
which is the small amphitheater downtown. There are 15 shows. 1, 2, yeah.
Was it the one down right by the one we go to?
Right by the river.
Whitewater.
Okay. Yeah. White River State Park.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, there's like 5 shows there. The only show there that I want to go see is Blackberry Smoke's playing there on Friday, July 30th, but I don't know if I can make that, so I'm not buying it. But there's like, I think it's 12 or 13 shows there.
The one I'd like to see though is the 4th of July weekend. Can you make that happen?
What's the 4th of July weekend?
M3 or M whatever.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that because I don't know. Noah's dates keep changing, so I don't think I can. I don't know that I can make that work.
I could actually. I have Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. And I could get rock and roll pneumonia on Friday. You could leave on Thursday, and I could, it's 10 hours.
Depending on where it is, it's almost faster, cheaper just to fly.
You know what? I thought about that too, because you spend the money on gas and everything else. Yeah. It would actually be, but we'd have to go. We go meet in Louisville and fly up there. We may want to do that. Check on tickets. If it can be possible, because to be honest, I could skip Friday night. If I could just be there Saturday, Sunday, and then fly back Monday morning.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look into it. And then in Indy at Ruoff, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, Ruoff's opening back
6,
up.
7. There's probably 20 shows there.
No shit.
Yeah.
Any good ones?
I
haven't looked at their schedule because I just haven't got that far. Long tickets at M3 or
the only one that those. There's a couple of shows that I would go to, but
right.
No, not really. I mean, Chicago's going to be there, but they're there about every year.
But I like to see Chicago. I haven't seen them.
Black Crows. I like Black Crows. You don't like Black Crows.
I wouldn't
Fish is there for 5 days.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, Phil, get this. Fish is there August 6th, 7th. August 6th, 7th, and 8th. So they're there for 3 days. Then the following weekend, it's Dave Matthews.
Oh my God.
For 2 days.
Alan just fell out of his chair.
So if I lived up there, I would move for 2 weeks.
I would move because there'd be this bunch of hippies and shit coming in.
God.
Oh my God.
But other than that, there's not much there I'd go see. Doobie Brothers. The Doobie Brothers shows on September 11th.
I would go see Doobie Brothers. I saw them. That was the last show I saw at Mesker. Actually, that was the last show at Mesker.
I'm pretty sure that Doobie Brothers show me and Bill have tickets for. Brian Harris.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Bill have tickets. Bill, did you know that?
No, but I'll go.
I have tickets. I have tickets for that. Brian's got me tickets for that stick show that got canceled 2 years ago, whatever it was. So I don't know when that's
Brian likes us. I have tickets to see Warrant with Brian.
There you go. He is a good guy.
He gets around, man.
Everybody needs to step their game up.
I guess. Yeah, the rest of the other person listens to us. And speaking of that, the other person. So we've been watching Mass on TV because we're not going to Mass. We hadn't physically went to Mass because things haven't worked out.
Right.
So the other day I pulled up.
You have to have your own wine and
no. But it's just been things going on that we haven't been able to.
I know.
Lisa's been sick and I wasn't feeling well, and so there was just all kinds of stuff. But
gotcha.
I go to pull up on YouTube. The Masses are all on YouTube, so I pull it up on YouTube and it's on my account. So the Ages of Rock podcast comes up, and the church broadcast comes up on YouTube.
Right.
There are more people watching the church Mass than are watching the Ages of Rock podcast, and I was like, well, there's a following.
A lot of people listen. They don't watch us because we're ugly. I mean,
well, in our defense, we've only been around for about 6 years.
Yeah. Exactly. Fucking Catholics, you've been around what now?
There's 1,600 families in our parish, just families. So, there's a much better option. It was funny. I pulled it up. I took a picture of it. Did I not send it to you guys?
Yeah, you see it.
Because I pulled it up like that. I just bust out laughing.
You know what, though? You don't get any damnation for not watching us, though.
You don't get damnation for not going to church.
I don't know. You're not Baptist.
That's true. No, I'm Catholic. Why would I be Baptist?
That's what I was saying. Baptist. I'm going straight to hell because I missed one.
That's funny.
But anyway, I had something I was going to ask you about. Oh, damn it! About shows.
So think about it. There's another venue in Indy too that just opened. That I got to try to figure out how to get up this. It's called the Hi-Fi Indy.
I heard about
Fountain Square, which is kind of a cool little eclectic area. They've got some really kind of cool shows coming up, and it was Hairbangers Ball's coming up there, and then Southern Accents, that Tom Petty tribute band. We saw the lead singer for them play with
where do we see
the Rock and Roll Residency?
That's right. I forgot about that.
And then Buck Cherry.
He's the one that sang "Jammin' Me," wasn't he?
Yeah.
Really good.
Really good.
Yep.
Yeah, he was super good. Yeah.
And Buck Cherry's coming up there, and Fozzy, which I know you don't like Fozzy, but then I saw the Nielsen Trust, and it's the Nielsen Trust featuring Rick Nielsen of Cheap Trick, and it's Rick and Dax, his son, and then a woman and some guy.
What the hell are you playing?
I don't know. And so I Peter Cicery, one of our buddies, is a big Cheap Trick fan. So I messaged him on Facebook, said, "Hey man, have you ever heard of them?" He said, "Yeah, the music's really good. I've got tickets for them in June." I'm like, "Great." And I can't,
have you found any music from him?
I went to the website. There's no music on the website, and I went to Apple and tried to find it, and there's nothing on Apple.
Because Rick doesn't really sing front. I mean, he does.
Well, I'm
background.
assuming the female probably in the band here is probably the singer. But
that's interesting.
It was just
what was the name of the band again?
The Nielsen Trust.
The Nielsen. I gotta do some research on that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was really pretty cool. That's like December 12th.
Oh, geez.
But if you go to their website, they've got shows like all through the summer.
I'll be damned. Oh, and I remember what I was going to tell you. The 3-day lawn tickets at M3 are $80.
Yeah, well, I expected that.
They're cheap.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
Anyway.
So that's all the show stuff I had, and then I had one more thing I wanted to ask about. Bring up that I thought was very interesting. I found out. So I read something the other day, a couple weeks ago, about the Paul Stanley Soul Station record. Okay. That it ended up, let's see, it ended up
sucking.
Well, no, well, yeah. Well,
I'm just trying to throw.
So it ended up, it debuted at number 8.
Okay.
On the pop chart. I mean, on the rock charts.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. Then I'm reading that. And I'm like, what the hell? But I also read, and I believe I read this because I checked it. I tried to find it earlier and I couldn't find it. But it sold 8,000 records in the first week, and that's what made it be number 8. Now think about that. 8,000.
Because nobody buys fucking albums. And that's crazy because I've heard that before too. This album sold 10,000 albums, and this number 1. I'm like going 10,000 albums.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought. I'm like, this is insane.
I mean, that's what
you sell 8,000 records and you're number 8.
People used to sell 10,000 albums a day or a week, like a year after the album's already been out. You know,
albums used to ship platinum.
Million. I mean, they were a million. I mean, well, the solo albums
like 100,000 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's crazy. But here's what's crazier than that, right? And I just Googled. I went to Billboard and Google Paul Stanley, the Live to Win record. Guess where it peaked compared to then and now? The Soul Station record.
Probably 47th.
Nope.
170.
What'd you say, Alan?
170.
No, 53.
Oh, that's not
bad. I was closer.
No, I'm just saying that.
How many did it sell though?
Well, I don't know that. I don't know the answer to that question.
You didn't get the answer for that. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't. This didn't have the number sold on it. But that record from 2006 peaked at number 53.
And this fucker's got what? How many copies on, or how many cover tunes has it got?
There's 3 original songs on it, I think. I just thought it was weird that I really had no idea that this song. But I think it has to do with, like you said, it has to do with. They're selling so many fewer records now.
And the thing is, okay, 10,000 records is what you said, right?
No, it was 8,000.
Okay, 8,000. Those are just Kiss fans buying those records because of the name Paul Stanley. To be honest, seriously, there's not 8,000 people out there buying that records because the music's really good. That's just 8,000 people that just got sucked into another Kiss vortex of taking your money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just thought it was amazing. I was when I read that, I'm like, number 8. How is it number 8? And then I saw
it has the word Kiss associated with it, and there'd be people buying fucking Ace Frehley's albums. They put out a different version of it. There's guys that got like 10 different fucking versions of an or whatever it was, because this one's green, this one's blue, or this one's, you know what, fuck that. I bought one. It sounds the same as the other ones.
And you know what, this is the same thing as I tell my dad is all the crap he's got in his garage, and when you die, we're gonna throw that shit away.
We're gonna throw it away.
Yeah. So, and it's gonna happen to me too, right? Because I've got all these records, and the kids are gonna go, nobody wants that shit, Dad.
Now here's Dennis, here's where we're gonna throw this back to, the Star Trek figures or the Star Wars figures.
All right, there we go.
Well,
don't be making fun of my shit.
This Darth Vader has a red sword, and this Darth Vader has a green sword. Or
that's
a lightsaber.
Darth Maul. I saw it. Darth Maul.
A lightsaber. I'm going to be in trouble.
Are you saying that the 2 Kiss Funko Pop things I have over there, one Gene's holding a flame thing, and the other one he's holding a guitar? Those Those
You got sucked twice. Boom, boom.
No, he didn't get sucked. He sucked twice.
No, but his wallet got sucked twice. Is what
actually, I think.
Oh, I mean, like I said, I'm guilty as sin as far as done. I've been there, done that. I just don't do it anymore.
It's just stuff that I think is kind of interesting and unique, but I don't buy all that crap.
I think that, like I said, Gene and Paul have got enough of my money throughout the years.
Is the deal?
Well, speaking of Gene and Paul and the Kiss Vortex.
Okay.
Let's vortex.
I feel my wallet sucking out of my back of my pocket.
No, actually, this only costs the price of gas.
Okay.
We're recording this episode on the 4th of May, and 3 years ago today is the day that Dennis and Bill and I went to Fort Wayne to hang out backstage with Gene and Ryan and Jeremy and Philip.
You lucky fuckers, because I was here.
You know what? It is 9:00 right now.
You were probably on stage.
No, it's just, I think
just started
it
Gotcha.
You may have started
the
earlier
show
than
started. I don't remember.
Yeah, so it was earlier than that.
But I do remember that we knew exactly where to be and when to be.
Yeah.
And we made it.
We made it to the stage. Which it's funny because our experience at the Fort Wayne show was completely different than our experience at the Anderson, Indiana show.
I missed both.
Yeah.
Because when they called people up to go to the stage, Bill and I both took off running, and we run behind where the security people are, and they're like, "You fucked up."
Yeah, you went the wrong way, you dumbass.
You went the wrong way. You're not getting on stage.
I was actually that night. I was in Nashville that night. Actually, I got a thing on my phone showing Kelly and I starting our night in Nashville. We were sitting at a bar, and then I ended up at a food show. And
the funny part about us getting on stage was first I was standing there, just had my arms crossed, waiting for something to happen, and Gene told me we're not in church, and crossed my arms. And then some other guy was standing in front of Philip's microphone, and some other guy was like, "I'm going to need you to move, and I'm going to need you to go fuck yourself. If you wanted this spot, you should have got here for me, buddy."
And they did my favorite song.
And they did Bill's favorite song.
And it wasn't supposed to be that way, because that's supposed to be the one the chicks do.
That's right.
Well, they figured you were a big chick.
Well,
so they just wanted
or maybe Ryan and Phil knew that was your song, so they got Gene to switch it around.
I don't think that.
I don't think.
I don't think. But how many times do you get to talk to one of your idols and talk about?
Yeah, but I paid $2,000 to do it.
yeah. And let's see.
Oh, by the way, Gene, you got another $2,000 of my money with that.
Alan and I bought gas, a hotel room.
I know.
And
I was invited. I just had I had to take Kelly to see Foo Fighters, which, by the way, their new album still sucks. It didn't do well. It's not, nobody's talking about it. I do want to watch though the Foo Fighters the Van documentary.
Oh yeah.
It's on Prime. It's on Prime right now. I think if you got Prime.
Is it really on Amazon Prime?
It's on Amazon Prime for free. One more question before we. I know we're getting
free because you're actually paying for it.
I know. One more question before
you don't have to pay extra to watch it, I think is what Dennis is getting at.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You got Amazon Prime. It's on there because I looked it up the other day. I looked up where you could
totally
watch
just
it.
Your balls, man.
One thing real quick too, the Netflix documentary that's getting ready to come up for the Kiss documentary.
Is this the one?
Is this the one that they had been working on
is that
3 or 4 years ago?
A&E? I think it's A&E.
Well,
which Netflix.
It is
Netflix produced.
Well, Netflix.
Product.
Well, no, I think there's two. The Netflix one is actually not even made yet. The one that Alan's right. There is an A&E one coming up this month in June.
June.
Or this month.
Next month.
Or this month. Or you know what I'm talking about.
No.
But my question is this the documentary that they were working on about 3 years ago that got kind of
I don't know.
Behind? Remember the one that where everybody was bitching about, well, they're not asking anything about, Ace or Peter. It's all about Gene.
I don't think it matters if Gene and Paul have any creative control over it at all.
Sure.
You're going to get very little about Ace and Peter.
Right. But what I'm saying is they worked. I mean, that thing was out for a long time and everybody was talking about it. And then all of a sudden it just fucking poofed like my magic book. But anyway, though it's supposed to come out in August.
Perfect, man. No, it wasn't. It was in June.
No, but
it was
now it's August.
April.
It's August. Shipping in August now.
It's like Ace. It's coming out in the spring.
I got my fingers crossed. Let's see.
I wouldn't do that if I was you.
But anyway,
we should just stop the show.
Let's just stop.
That's pretty good.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'll be here all week. Have a nice day.
I'll be here all week.
Done.
Right.
So anyway,
Done.
Are we really done?
Yeah, take us out of here.
That's good.
All right, visit
we're
us
at
on
an hour.
agesofrock.com. Check out our past episodes and whatever that other stuff is that I say. Until next time, peace out.
Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.